Hello everyone, welcome back to another great episode of Raihana's Cuisines. Every time I start a video, I completely forget to thank Sakina for doing these videos. Having such a hard time with Hassan being in college and finding somebody to record me. So I really appreciate it that you take the time to record, and also I know that everybody watching really appreciates it. So thank you so much, Sakina, for recording. Now today we're making a very requested recipe, which is called Zanzibar mix. Now with Zanzibar mix, there's a lot of components that go together with this dish. Right now, I'm only going to show you how to make the potatoes, the yellow potatoes that goes with this dish. After we are done making the potatoes, I will show you all the components, and I will also put all the links below the description box for the recipes, because there's Bhajiyas, there's Chevro, all that stuff in it, so they'll have separate links for all that. So let's quickly get started. I have here 5 pounds of potatoes, which are cubed in about an inch size, about half an inch size, I would say. And this is not going to have a proper measurement because I'm making 5 pounds. If you're making less, then you're just going to need less of the thickening agent that we're going to be putting in here. So 5 pounds of potatoes. And then the other thing that's really important is that I washed the potatoes, I peeled it, and then I didn't wash it again because I need that starch from the potatoes. So I went ahead and just put the water in, and I let it sit there so it doesn't get oxidized. And this will give us a good starch from the potatoes, and that makes the potatoes really nice and silky. So we're gonna need here, very simple recipe. We're gonna need salt. We're gonna need cayenne pepper, as much as you like. We're gonna need about a teaspoon of turmeric. And then I have about 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. And then also the salt that we're gonna be using is the Himalayan salt. And I have here about 1/4 of a cup of white all-purpose flour. This is what we're gonna use to thicken our potatoes. Now I'm gonna be mixing it with water and then mixing it really well so that there's no lumps in it. But we won't do this until we reach the potatoes are halfway done. So first things first, let's go ahead and just add this to our pot. And I'm gonna add a little bit more water. And the water is also gonna depend on how much gravy you want in the potatoes. We like a lot more gravy in our potatoes, but if you want less, then add less water. So let's get started. So I'm just gonna add enough water in it to cover the potatoes. And then we're gonna put this on medium high. I'm gonna cover it so we can get that cooking. One thing I would do is I would also go ahead and add my salt in it so that it's seasoned really well. And then I'm gonna cover it. We're gonna halfway boil it. When I come back, I'll show you what else we're gonna do. Potatoes have been boiling, and these were the Yukon potatoes, and they got away from me, and they're completely cooked. But that's still okay. I just wanted to mention that they cooked faster than what I thought that it's gonna take time. So usually the baking potatoes take a while, but the Yukon is just cooks really quickly. So now you can see that the mixture is not, it's a little thick, but now we'll have to do our flour and water mixture. So while that's going on, let's go ahead and add all the other stuff, and then also we're gonna make the roux. We're just gonna add enough water to mix this. Here that I'm mixing this really well. You don't want any lumps in this mixture, because if there's lumps in here, it's gonna show up in the gravy that we're doing. So it's very important that you don't have, and you can tell that this is nice and thick. And I'm just mixing it again because I really want to make sure that I don't have any lumps in here. So now we're gonna just pour this onto our mixture, and it's gonna start thickening really fast. Keep stirring this until you reach the thickness of how thick you want it. Now if it gets very thick, remember it's okay, add a little bit of water, do your taste test to make sure that this mixture is really nice. It's got enough salt, enough lemon, and it's got that really nice glaze. You see that? And so I'm just gonna mix this until it gives me one boil, and then we know that this is cooked through. What I'm doing here is, even though I made my level best to make sure that there were no lumps in the thing, there's lumps that are still showing. I've just taken my sieve and I'm just taking all the lumps out. They're not too many, but this is just something that also, if it happens to you, hey, there's always a solution to a problem. We got our potatoes done. Now, just for the record, I have never had the authentic Zanzibari mix ever. I came here when I was 14 years old, and I've heard a lot about it, and so kind of did some research on the recipe and stuff, and this is my version. So now the only thing left on this one here would be the fresh cilantro, and that's gonna give it a nice color and also some a nice little bite. Okay, I'm gonna mix that together. Now I'll show you everything else that goes. You see that our potatoes are done here. I've got the fritters ready. These are the black eyed pea fritters. This is my Chevro, which is an Indian Chex mix. Just some potato chips. I've got coconut chutney here, and I've got the tamarind chutney here. So basically, I will put all the description, all the links below the description box. So if you want to make the fritters and stuff, they're already on YouTube. So this is how we're gonna serve this. Bhajiyas, Chevro, chips, coconut chutney, tamarind or amlini chutney,